Hey friends, welcome back to 155 Books. So today I was just in the mood to sit down and talk about the books that I'm currently reading. We're in winter now and I've just had a really yummy winter is the best way to describe it. We've had some really nice weather. I've been going on some really nice walks. I've been camping. I got a fire for the garden. I've got my tea advent calendar, which seems to be the norm for most booktubers, and I love that. It's booktubers and tea advent calendars. And I've been reading some good books, and then there are some books that I kind of want to read, I guess, before the end of winter, so sort of into the first couple of months next year, and I thought I would share all of that with you today. I've also got this really cute outfit on today. I bought this new sort of sweater vest to wear over my sort of thinner jumpers, and I love it. It's just so cute. I love the vibe. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the books I am currently reading. So the main one that I would love to finish before the end of 2024. If I don't, that's fine, because I've still got quite a lot of this left to read, and we've got 15 days left until the end of the year. But that is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. So this is obviously the final book in the Dark Artifices series. So you can just sit on my lap. Is that okay? Yes. But as I was saying, this is the last book in the Dark Artifices series, and if I finish this year, then that means I read the entire series this year, which for me is really good, especially because they are huge books. So this is 870 pages, and I'm on page 290, so I've still got quite a bit left to read. But Cassandra Clare's books are quite easy reads, so hopefully I finish it by the end of the year, but if I don't, then that's fine too. The other book I'm currently reading that I'm definitely going to finish by the end of the year is a poetry collection by Caroline Duffy, which is Feminine Gospels. Weirdly, this is probably my least favourite out of all of the ones I've read. I've only read two. I've read Rapture and The World's Wife, which is probably very surprising, because obviously this is they're all kind of feminist, but I'm not really understanding this one. There's only been a couple in this where I've kind of understood what it's meant to be about. So this one is more sort of biblical and myths and loads of different things, but it's one of those ones where I'm not sure if I'm meant to understand. I don't know if I'm meant to understand them, and because of that I'm not, and it's confusing me more. So I'm not really enjoying it, which isn't, something that I was expecting. So I think after I read this one, I'm probably going to give Caroline Duffy a bit of a break, and maybe move on to somebody else. I would really like to try some Mary Oliver. I've not read any Mary Oliver poems or collections, so I think that's kind of my plan for next year. I've realised that this year I've been kind of taking what I think my reading tastes are and trying to stick to that, and realising that actually reading a lot of the same things, or genres by the same author or books by the same authors, sometimes doesn't work all the time. I cannot believe I'm saying this, I'm getting a bit sick of Shakespeare, because obviously I'm trying to read them all in chronological order, so I think I'm going to have to take a break from that as well, which is perfectly fine, because obviously I can always come back to these people, and that means that I kind of will hopefully reignite my love for them by revisiting them after taking a bit of a break. But yeah, it's interesting, because I kind of want to mix up my reading for 2025, and I don't really know what that's going to be yet, but I'm excited about it. But saying that, I now want to talk about the 4 books I would like to read by the end of winter. And I'm looking at this pile, and there are 2 out of the 4 that are authors that I love, that I will be revisiting because I've loved their other books, but that's fine. The first one I'm just going to mention quickly is Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. You guys all know that I absolutely adore Sally Rooney. I really need to get this sticker off. I cannot get it off, and it's making me really upset. I hate using vinegar because it smells. Equally, I don't like using white spirit because it also smells. And it's just a mess, and it's sticky where I've got some of it off. The stickiness is still on it. Please help me. Please send your tips, because the upset. I think that's probably why I haven't read this yet, because this is upsetting me so much. I did say when this arrived that I wanted to read it straight away, and I haven't, which isn't a surprise, but if I leave it any longer I'm probably going to be annoyed at myself, so I really want to pick this one up sooner rather than later in 2025. Next on my list to read this winter is Closer to Love by Vex King. So I adore Vex King. He has written Good Vibes, Good Life and Healing is the New High, and I was really looking forward to this one, and I pre-ordered it or got it in the Boxing Day Waterstone sale earlier this year or last Boxing Day. I was very happy to get the hardback, it had just come out, the brand new hardback for the price of a paperback, but now I'm sad because it doesn't match my other editions, which is fine because I think the paperback isn't the full version, it's just snippets. But I have realised I have been putting this off because I'm very scared to read it. So with Vex King's other books, especially Healing is the New High, that book massively helped me. But when it comes to relationships, I know there's a lot of things I do wrong, and I don't want to be told that, basically. I feel like reading this is going to make me feel worse before feeling better, and I haven't really been feeling the vibe for that recently. So I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to reread Healing is the New High, because like I say, that did massively help me, but I'm at a stage in my life where I feel like I need to read it again to, sort out the other aspects that are in my life. And then once I've done that and I feel good, by the time I've finished that, I can then go straight into reading this, and I will feel less sort of like, going straight into it. The reason I say that is because Vex King's sort of like healing books, I guess, goes through how and why healing can be helpful, but then at the end of each chapter there's usually an activity for you to do, and then by the end, when you've done all of the activities, because they all kind of connect to one another, which is really clever, you finish the book feeling much lighter and much better, and you take these activities and do them throughout your life. It's not just a one-time thing. There are some, like I say, in Healing is the New High that I've probably forgotten, so revisiting those will be very helpful. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this one brings, and I'm excited to not feel so daunted about picking it up. And last but not least, I am so excited about this book. So last Christmas, or in between Christmas and New Year, I have sort of from Christmas Eve till sort of like the 1st of January off work. And last year, me and my boyfriend, I feel like every year we kind of like watch a movie trilogy sort of by accident. And last year he introduced me to the Lord of the Rings films, which I had never seen before. And obviously that immediately changed my life. We watched the first one and I was like, I love it. How have I not watched these before? This is amazing. And then I think immediately after, did we watch the second one? Or we watched the second one the next day, and then it wasn't until a couple of days later that we watched the last one. And then I bought the box set of the DVDs. I also bought a box set of the Hobbit films, and I binge watched those. And then I asked for the book box set for my birthday. The reason why I haven't started it yet is because I wanted to finish the Dark Artifices. I didn't want to start another series while I had another one ongoing. That's kind of what I'm trying to do at the moment. So once I finish that, I can pick up The Fellowship of the Ring, which is actually my favourite film, I think. I mean, maybe not favourite film, but favourite... I don't know, it was just such like jolly vibes that by the end you see how they all become the Fellowship of the Ring. Like, they're all individuals, and just seeing how they all come together is so beautiful and exciting, and I cannot wait to read about it. So I was really excited about this, especially because I was like, oh, it's a fantasy book that isn't huge, and then I saw that the writing is really, really small. but yes. So what I think I'm going to do, or something that I really like to do, I think, when I read this for the first time, and for each book that I read throughout next year, I'm going to do a reading vlog dedicated to each book so that I can react to things, because it's going to be me reading this for the first time, and I just know I'm going to become obsessed, and these are probably going to be my favourite books, or favourite fantasy books that I've ever read. I'm saying that now because I love the film so much, so they're just so like me books, and I cannot believe I haven't read them yet. It's so silly. So to finish off this vlog, I did want to show you my tea advent calendar, because that's what everyone else seems to be doing, and it's very exciting. And I have the Tea Pigs one, which I haven't seen anyone else have, mainly probably because it's not the most exciting to open. But I love Tea Pigs tea so much. So kind of like Mary loves her tea advent calendar, not the Yogi tea one, because we all know what happened with the Yogi tea one. That literally every single tea she loves, and even if she doesn't love it, she still likes it. That's me with Tea Pigs tea, to the point where, for example, today's one, they come in these really cute little envelopes. I'll show you the whole box in a second. They kind of give away what the tea is, because they've got the symbol of the tea on the outside. But I love and know Tea Pigs inside out, that I know what the tea is going to be before I even open it. And this one, I think, is actually my favourite tea from Tea Pigs today. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Rubios? And I used to hate it, but the Tea Pigs one is not too heavy. And this one is perfect because it's caffeine free. So I bought an entire packet of this one before. Drinking it before bed just makes me, like, calms my soul. It's beautiful. But I haven't opened it, so I thought I would open it on camera. But yeah, it's in a cute little envelope. Yeah! So it's honeybush, and I think the honeybush kind of makes it less, like, I don't know if bitter is the word, but it's a beautiful flavour. I love this one, so I'm going to drink that later. And yeah, it says on it that it's naturally caffeine free, which we love. Yeah, so it's Red Bush basically. And yeah, when I tasted Red Bush when I was younger, I hated it, but like I say, the Tea Pigs one is chef's kiss. Love it. I am also going to quickly show you just the box in general, because like I say, it's not the most exciting one to open. It just comes in a box like this, because obviously all of their packaging is recyclable, and their tea temples are also made from plants, which is great. But yeah, it comes like this. Obviously you can't see much in it, but then you've got all the little envelopes inside. They are in order, so this year, to make it a bit more fun, I kind of like shuffled them about a bit, so I had to actually find the number to make it a bit more fun. But I am going to go now. I'm going to finish off some of my chores, and then once I've done all my chores, I'm going to get nice and cozy. I'm going to change the bed sheets and get my lovely cup of tea before bed, and maybe read a couple of poems as well before I go to bed.